everyone, and in today's video we'll have a look at the latest weather forecast, including the temperatures, rainfall, and also long-term weather. What is it going to be like over June or even the start of July? We'll have a look at all of that in today's video. But first, we'll go on to the temperatures. I am aware that you are aware of the warming that will be happening over the next few days, including parts of England and Wales as well. Mostly Northern Ireland, Republic of Ireland. But again, don't worry, for the north, you will still be mild. You would not miss out, but just a few degrees colder than the south. Now, let's move on to what the actual temperatures was like today. Today was actually a pretty mild day, with temperatures at mid to high 20s for most parts of England, especially central England and eastern Wales. Parts of southern Midlands and Northern Ireland and will be pleasant too, but as you head further to the north, those temperatures will get increasingly cooler at around 18-19 degrees, peaking up to 20 degrees Celsius. Now let's move on to Thursday, where we see another batch of very mild air moving down towards the southwest and also southeast. You can see as we head into Thursday afternoon, the warmest hour is going to be 3 o'clock. Temperatures around mid 20s for most parts of the southeastern England. Isolated temperatures will stick around 27-28 degrees, isolated 29 or 30 degrees again. Northern Ireland will face a cooler day in dark cloud and also parts of eastern Scotland. Western Scotland otherwise will be again very pleasant with temperatures up to 20 degrees Celsius, but the real change happens on Friday. As we head into Friday, we get increasingly mild layer of weather with temperatures widely up to 30 degrees Celsius for East Anglia and parts of the Western England. Even though if you're in Central England, temperatures will feel like 26-25 degrees for most already. For the north, it will be sticking around low 20s, if not mid-20s isolated, and for Northern Ireland, it unfortunately will be another cooler day. On Saturday now, we do see a break in that very mild weather, and it does start cooling down here. The warmest spot on Saturday will actually be in East Anglia at temperatures at high 20s. Otherwise, still low to mid-20s widely. For Northern Ireland and Republic of Ireland, it is starting to recover, but notice those temperatures on Scotland and the Midlands and southern Scotland. Also Wales, those temperatures will increasingly drop a lot on Saturday, with temperatures holding only down to low to mid-teens, which is not what we want for this time of year in summer. On Sunday, that heat does lose again its intensity, with temperatures around mostly for England low 20s. East Anglia, again, that hot spot will stick around mid-20s, if not again high 20s, isolated in a few locations. Now, if you have watched my previous two videos, I've been talking about the thunderstorm risk. Now is the actual time to see it. Tomorrow we got a real storm risk heading our way overnight already. You can see that first batch of storm, it will be forming a line. It is a weather front, and it will be pretty heavy rain sweeping across part of southwestern England, part of Wales, and eventually making its way towards Republic of Ireland. As anticipated, this will hold a little while before moving away and clearing towards the north. As it does, that low pressure does fully develop, and behind this, we are going to get extremely heavy showers for parts of Wales, parts of central England, and also Midlands, Northern Ireland, parts of southwestern Scotland, and also southern Scotland will mostly be impacted by these thunderstorms. It will continue to rummage through the country as we head into Friday morning, and as we head into Friday afternoon now, you can see another low pressure moves in, causing another day for heavy showers and thunderstorms for Northern Ireland. But it's not a real case. We see thunderstorms moving in on parts of Saturday. And yesterday's video, we see this has moved a lot further eastwards. Last time we were seeing this at around part of the southwestern England. Now it has moved to southeastern England. So around nearly a 100, 200 miles gap from what we were expecting. So still uncertainty. It does look like it's going to swipe through England and parts of East Anglia at midnight. It will probably wake up some people. And again, behind it, we will see more thunderstorms scattering its way as we move on further to north. And then these will continue throughout into Saturday, into Sunday, where we see another low pressure and another attempt moving in. But it doesn't look like that's successful this time. With the GFS chart now, you can see high pressure dominating, southerly winds is basically dominating. We get a cut off low pressure here, which again could cause stormy weather on Saturday and into Sunday. That's where we see that very heavy showers coming in at. But after that high pressure mostly dominates, we do see this very deep low pressure developing out in the Atlantic again, but it's going to lose much of its intensity as it does lose that heat and moisture as we head into the UK. And then basically at the end of this, high pressure dominates the weather. Suddenly shifted jet stream at the end of 264 hours ahead. Low pressure basically overtakes it. And then again, we do still see a suddenly shifted jet stream along the lines of this. But still, southerly winds, high pressure is still dominating 6 hours ahead. And we're deep into a high pressure now. Literally 384 hours ahead. Again, southerly jet stream is making it difficult to high pressure to fully develop the UK, which is why we're seeing this low pressure powering up by the jet stream, which could potentially have an impact on our weather as soon into July. Now we'll have a look at the GM chart. Again, very similar, same thing. Southerly winds bringing warm air. That cut-off low on Saturday will, again, a little bit weaker than the GFS, but again, as we continue beyond that, high pressure basically dominates the weather. Low pressure, again, this one hangs around in the Atlantic. Again, it does weaken a lot because of the lack of moisture and instability. And also high pressure takes over the UK completely, extending up to Scandinavia. And guess what? Here we forms a block. And then we get low pressure. We get a southerly wind here, not low pressure, but we get a southerly wind here, and this is going to drag that mild 15-degree isotherm towards the UK. If not, temperatures at this stage could really be up to around, very similar again, 28, 29 degrees, maybe 30 degrees seen in France already there. If we see that moving into the UK, it's just a matter of crossing that Channel Island. Then that heat will make into the UK, but not sure if that's going to happen, as the UK is actually prone to getting very drier weather instead of being attached to a continent and actually being attached to a continent and getting that heat from it. So from the ECMWF, very similar high pressure dominating southerly winds for the first episode of this, and again that low pressure very weak, but still there though. Causes thunderstorms, and then you can see here high pressure dominating the weather. Does look like a pretty deep low here, ex-tropical cyclone here. Not sure if it's gonna be like that or not, but if it does keep on developing, it could have been. But again, look at this, it weakens so much as it slides through Iceland and the UK and the North Sea. It's just slides through in the middle of that. And then high pressure was originally in the UK, now has drifted further into the continent. And then again, at the end of this run, we get built in back high pressure. And then basically, by the end of this, 360 hours ahead, we are still wrapped in the high pressure. Still, 15-degree isotherm will be hot. And look at this, United Kingdom, look at that. The whole UK literally nearly 30 degrees. Even Scotland, Midlands, anywhere you see on this map, nearly 30 degrees, except for the Midlands and of course the mountains. But anywhere, the most surprising thing is that this whole map really is nearly red or orange, which is why I'm really surprised by this. But still, that's basically your weather forecast. Thanks for watching, and until the next time, goodbye.